Hey yo, welcome back to my YouTube channel, The International Medic. Now, if you find yourself wondering, how do I get the scholarship into a medical school in the UK? Then this video is the right one for you. Stay tuned to the end to find out. To the end, please. Before I get into the main part of today's video, there are some key things you need to understand. Firstly, I got my scholarship to study at Brunel Medical School in the UK, and the scholarship is a partial scholarship. Secondly, there are some responsibilities that do come with the scholarship, and I'm going to show you basically something like a vlog, kind of. I believe that's better to show you some of the activities that I have attended due to my scholarship and being a Brunel student, rather than just telling you about it. That's just boring, isn't it? Stay tuned. Also, let me just quickly let you know that the video quality isn't the best because I'm new to this video thing, yeah? So it's a bit different, but still interesting and still informative. So please stay tuned, and I think you will like it. Welcome back, and if you liked the video, please comment down below so I can keep on creating content like that. I had two events, one on the 2nd of March and one on the 16th of March. So basically, the university invited SS and I on the 2nd of March. SS is the other person that has the scholarship. So as of right now, there are two people with the scholarship in Brunel Medical School. So there are going to be 5, but right now there are 2 people. So SS and I are the first 2. That's just a quick, side note. Let's get back into it. So basically, we were both invited to the event on the 2nd because the school knew that we were around. They didn't know that there were other people around. That's why they didn't invite other people at that point in time. So when they invited us, they allowed us to stay overnight, and we stayed at the hotel in the university. Yes, they have a hotel. So we stayed there overnight. And trust me, it was looking pang, it was looking good. I'm telling you, I was hyped, you can tell from the video I was hyped. Now, I think on that same day we had a tour of the whole university, and we also had a tour of the whole Brunel Medical School. And trust me, that thing, it was looking good. It was looking good. I'm telling you, I was happy to actually go to school. I know it's not always like that, but I was actually happy to go to school because it was looking very futuristic. The way the Brunel Medical School is structured, it is done in such a way that basically you get a lot of feedback straight away. And trust me, feedback is one of the best things you can get in any degree, in any university, because that's one of the major ways you grow, develop, and get better at what you do. We have like a skills and communications lab where we sit down with actors and actresses, and then we get some feedback from our lecturers who watch and record our sessions with them. And then we also get feedback from our colleagues as well, from our fellow students. So we get all of that. So that's a lot of feedback, and which really helps. And also the anatomy lab, it has some certain je ne sais quoi. to it. It's actually very it looks high-tech to me. To be fair, I've never been to another medical school, so take that with a pinch of salt, if you if you will. We have some specimens which don't smell, which is a key factor, because if you go to some labs, the specimens actually really smell even when you're trying to dissect it, but these ones don't actually have that certain aroma to it, so you can actually concentrate and dissect, or not even dissect, but like learn the anatomy, because it is a dry lab and not a wet lab. So that's just on the way. Later on in the day, we had a whole university tour, so we saw accommodation and we saw basically everywhere in the university. And then also we had a talk from Roger Neighbor, who is a big person in the medical field, especially in the UK. And basically we had talks with the staff members. Fam, I'm telling you, at the end of the day, I lost my voice because I was just asking questions upon questions. The next thing we did was that we just stayed overnight at the hotel, and we had a lot of fun. Actually, we learned a lot of things. On the 16th of March, we had a different day, a different activity, but it was quite similar to the first one on the second. The only difference is that we had a different keynote speaker. We also had more people from our cohort attend the event. What basically happened was that we told the staff members when we got there, SS and I, we told them, and then basically they realized that there are some other students in the UK that can come down, and we told them to please invite them, and they did. But the only issue is that we all couldn't stay in the hotel, so we all had to go to student accommodation, which isn't bad. It's your standard student accommodation, which was actually fun because it gave us that experience of living with flatmates and having that student life before we even start. So it was quite fun because we got to bond together with our medical application failures. Basically, how we broke the ice was by asking each other the places we applied to and the places we got rejected from. So I've told you enough about Brunel Medical School and how it is structured. Now time to tell you how to actually get chosen or shortlisted for the Brunel Medical Scholarship. The key word there is shortlisted. You basically don't get to apply. And I'll tell you the process. Basically, how it's done is that when you apply to Brunel Medical School to study medicine and your application is chosen, you get shortlisted for an MMI interview. An MMI interview is a mini multiple interview, which is basically done in almost every university in the UK, especially after COVID. So when you do that interview, the top people will be shortlisted down for another scholarship interview. In my case, it was 10 people that were shortlisted. This information is also on the university website, so please have a look there and see what they have posted, because it can vary and it can change. So my key advice for anyone who's doing the scholarship interview is that be confident in yourself, because if you do not believe in yourself, you can't really convince someone else to believe in you. And also be calm. Try your best to be as calm as possible. Answer the questions to your best knowledge, in the best way you can, and just know that you've done your best. Also say jokes once in a while, but not too many, because it's not a stand-up comedy in it. So yeah, that's what you should do. That's what I would advise you to do, because that's what I did. As a scholarship recipient, you're going to have some responsibilities, because you end up becoming basically something like an ambassador at Brunel Medical School. Every scholarship recipient is expected to be involved in photos, videos, and anything that will be done to market the university. And also you are going to be expected to be involved in things like creating the medical society, which is basically like the group for medical students and things like that. So it's like basically being an ambassador and running day-to-day activities, and you're going to be helping in running like the whole Brunel Medical School, because you are basically the bridge between students and staff members. So when it comes to students, when students have questions, they will come to you and you can forward them to the staff members, because you're more accessible than the staff members. So it's just things like that. You're going to have different responsibilities. The responsibilities are also on the website, so please have a look, and because it can change from time to time. I'm also going to put it in the description below so that you can have a look. Today's video was less on the informative and educative side of things. I was trying something different, so if you enjoy content like this and want more of this, please comment down below and let me know what you like. And also please like and share with people to help the channel grow. And if you are interested in my 5 tips on how to get a first-class degree, please click on one of the pop-up screens. And also, if you're interested in finding out how I got to medical school with a scholarship after failing my A-levels, please click on the pop-up screen as well. Thank you and have a lovely day. Till next time.